comments on social media from...
I don't read it like I used to. I feel like I'm a little bit out of touch. What's happened then?
No, I was going to say about Haney and Garcia's comments, which you would have seen on X,
About?
payments, etc.
Yeah, I mean, look, Golden Boy aren't not going to pay the fighters. DAZN aren't not going. It's Golden Boy's responsibility. What would have happened is probably both fighters, particularly Ryan Garcia, will think that this fight has done 800 or 1 million buys and it's done nowhere near that, and they've received their payment, their minimum payment, with an upside that probably doesn't exist. That's probably the situation. You know, like I said, Golden Boy are not going to just go missing and not pay the fighters. I'm sure they've met their obligations in terms of the first payments, and then there'll be incremental payments based on the success of the pay-per-view, which will be nowhere near what Ryan Garcia, particularly, and Devin, but I've spoken to Devin, I know he understands the expectations. Not my show, nothing to do with me, not contracted with any fighters. You know, they put that thing out, everyone's acting me. Eddie, when are you going to pay? Nothing on my show, mate. Don't fucking get me involved. But certain people will lie to fighters, certain people will tell fighters, it's done really well, yeah, it's done this many buys, yeah, don't worry, you're going to make this much, you're going to make this much. And the reality is they're not going to make anywhere near what they expected to make. And that is the problem. And they are going to go fucking mental when they realise that. And Golden Boy will have to deal with that as well.
And those are the words of Eddie Hearn as he responds to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia complaining about not getting paid. And Eddie's like, look, it has nothing to do with me. It's not my show. It's a Golden Boy show, so it's not a Matchroom show. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, listen, what more than likely happened, you know, is this, that, and the other, you know? And it really, this, that, and the other is the fact that the upside, the pay-per-views, you know how we hear those numbers that said that number did a certain amount. Well, according to Eddie, it didn't do anywhere near that. And I think they're expecting a certain amount of money that they haven't got yet. I think that's what the comprehension or the complication has stemmed from. However, I'll say this about Eddie, counterpunching Eddie. If I didn't have nothing to do with it, that's exactly what I said. I wouldn't even give my own, it's maybe the problem, because what happens if that's not the issue? If it's not the issue, they're going to come back, well, Eddie said this may be the problem. So he's already, admittedly, bringing himself into a situation that has nothing to do with him. So I think, if anything, Eddie Hearn should be like, you know what, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know. And it's nothing wrong with saying I don't know or no. Those two things are not used enough on this planet, people. No and I don't know. Because if you don't know, you just don't know. And if you refuse something, just say no. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't make everybody happy. You know what I mean? So as far as Eddie goes, he's like, okay, it's not mine. And the good thing is it doesn't fall back on Matchroom. You know what I mean? It falls back on whatever's going on. You know, because Oscar De La Hoya, you know, I think these promoters need to be held more accountable. I just think so. I mean, if Ryan's not getting paid, and that's the reason for him acting the way he's acting, and I don't believe he's acting like that because of that, you know, and the truth of the matter is, I don't know. Right? So, it is what it is in that situation. But nonetheless, Eddie is like, hey, don't effing involve me. You guys tell me what you think about Eddie stating or responding to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney not getting paid. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.